us. So when you get in here, say hey, let me know you're watching. We are live, but if you watch the replay, I hope that you'll always say hey to me. Just say, you know, yeah, I was here, I saw. It's always more fun to know that somebody was here watching. And I want to be sure that I am live because a second ago I went live and it didn't show up. So I sure hope that everything's working. Until I can see it, I don't really trust it. So bear with me 1 second. I did a test, it worked. So now I'm hoping that we are live. Oh, we are, good, okay, perfect. I just can't see it on my iPad. Okay, so let's go. This is a really pretty wood base I found at Michael's, and I can't even tell you the exact size, but let's measure. Looks like a 9 by 12 or 7 by 12, I don't know. We have 7 1/4, I guess, by about 12. So yeah, 7 1/4 by 12, which is a nice size for what we're doing. We're going to put a cross on here. Now I have already gotten one ready because I was thinking about doing resin, and so this would need to be completely dry. But for those who may be brand new to decoupage, I can't imagine, but you know, not everybody has done every craft. So I'm going to show you kind of how I went about getting the paper down. I'm using an actual hymn or hymns out of a hymn book, and I've got my decoupage gloss sealer. It doesn't matter what you use, if you like Mod Podge or if you like what's the word, matte sealer, that is totally fine. I always buy gloss because I like the shine, but not everybody does. So anyway, we're gonna put these down, and I tear most of the white part off, and I'm gonna also kind of curve this the best that I can so that maybe it will fit on there a little better. And let's start getting this down. So about like that. And then I just take my fingernail and press it in, but you can grab some type of little tool if you want to. And I'll also take a little more of the decoupage medium and kind of put under here. We want that to stay down, and then go on top. Just kind of press it out. I piece mine together, so we've got the one piece here. I'm going to take another, and I don't have to have it, you know, it's not like anybody's going to try to read the words, so I'm just kind of tearing and then place it down. That might be better along this edge. It looks like it's straighter here, and here we've got the angle, so I think I am going to put it on this side. If you guys are here, I hope you're saying hi to me. I'm not able to see my comments at the moment, but I will be able to, so let me know you're here and watching. And we're going to try to do this pretty quick. And I just, like I said, take my nail and kind of push that up against the side. I take my razor blade and cut this off later, but you could decoupage that down. You could even decoupage paper all across this part too if you wanted to. There's no hard and fast rules. But you see, you just work in sections at a time. I'm pretty generous with the decoupage medium. Got it pretty straight right there. And then I'll come back where we have the little background showing. I'll come back and show you what I do to cover that up. I see somebody has liked the video, so somebody must have found their way. I am unable to see the little chat. It just doesn't let me open it, but I hope that you guys will give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't. Ring the bell so that you get a notification when I go live. There's always somebody that says they didn't know. So that just means you're not subscribed. Okay, I'm going to grab this and kind of tear so that we can put that right here. I wish I could have torn that perfectly there. It's okay, we'll come back with another little piece. You see, it goes pretty quick, especially on this size. And if you didn't hear me say, I got this wood board at Michael's. So a really nice base to work with. And I don't remember the price, but it wasn't bad. And it was on sale, so might check yours or check online. They'll ship it to you if you don't have a Michael's local. Some of y'all don't have one, or you've told me you have to drive hours to get, and I'm like, oh, that's crazy. Just order online. I think if you order a certain amount, like 50 bucks, they'll ship it to you free. And you know, that's not too hard to do when you need craft supplies or art supplies. This doesn't have to be too neat because you're going to paint on top of it or put glass and resin, whichever you prefer. And so you're just wanting to cover the wood. Well, it does say people are watching, but I wish I could see your comments. But hey, at least we're horizontal, and it did go live for me. I've had lots of issues, but I know that's user error. But little by little, we'll get it figured out. We have a visitor I can see out my window, so prepare to hear my dog. She will probably freak out a little bit. I did turn my fan on high to kind of block her out. Okay, so that was pretty fast to get this mostly on here. I'm going to go back with just little bit of my decoupage medium, and then I'm just tearing a part that has something on it other than just white and press that down. That's all you have to do, and it just blends it together. So you're using up all the parts of it. You don't have to feel bad about wasting any. I have several ideas to do with these little wood boards, so lots of great ways to use them. And I know a lot of you guys do decoupage with napkins. Let me know if you do. I think it'd be really pretty to do. I've seen some really pretty ones that you could do in here. But you know, glass art is my favorite, so definitely have some ideas. Let me know how your weather was today if you're watching live, because I know it's been really cold and rainy, and then our sun is out today, so I hope yours is too. Now, excuse me. We've got this down. We're going to take this off, don't worry. But I see just, a little bit of area that is not covered super well. So what I would do in this case is dry this. You know, just take your hairdryer or something and dry it really well without cooking it. So don't have it too close, keep it back, let that dry. Then I would probably put another round of the decoupage paper or the paper or hymns or whatever, just so that that wood doesn't show. Um, I could have painted it white first, but I'll show you on this one. I did not paint it. I just put the paper, and you can see that you really can't see any wood through it. So I think it's just really wet right there, maybe why. But what I would do is just put another you know, a round of paper. But here we are with the magic of doing things ahead, and we're going to work on this one because I knew I didn't want to take time to sit and dry that. So this is what I've done, is just decoupaged hymnal down to this background, and we're going to paint the edges and do some things in here. Y'all still with me? Oh, I can't stand not having my comments. I'm going to try to refresh this and see if it will let me, but nope, it says I can't open the panel to see the comments. So strange. But thank you guys for being here. I know you're here, and I can't wait to see who was here. So after the live, I'll be able to find out. I'm going to get this brush in water. This is one of my yucky brushes that I use for decoupage only. So I'm just going to stick that into that water over there, the kind of bad water. And then we are done with decoupage, so I'm going to put this up. And we'll start working on painting this you know, frame. So what I'm thinking is using some modeling. Okay, so I have two choices, and I don't know which one y'all are going to pick because I can't see comments. So I've got two choices. Maybe somebody that is really familiar with me can either send me a text or a Facebook message so that I can see it. But I would love to either do the Liquitex with some paint and do like a texture cross in here, or I've got glass and resin to use if we prefer that. So I was picturing this first, and I've got mercury glass that I've cut into, I can make a cross with it. Or I cut some of this, but I didn't love it as much, but you know, it may be pretty. So whatever. So somebody get me the word on what y'all would like to see, and I'll do one of those two. But first of all, I am going to paint the frame. So I'm going to start with just some white, cool white from DecoArt for the background, and then we'll do some things on top of it. So you guys let me know if you are new to me. I almost always use a little postcard or junk mail that I receive. That's what I usually use as my paint palette. And I told you on the other one that I had some like lift, you know, some extra paper. All I did was when this dried, I took my razor blade and just went like this, right along that, and it tears right up. I wouldn't do it while it's wet because it needs to dry. It'll just kind of tear if you don't. I typically put my multi-purpose sealer down when I paint on wood. But again, we're just kind of quickly doing this, so I'm not putting it down. All that does, well, what it does is keep your wood from releasing bubbles if you're going to do resin, which I will not do on this wood part. But it would have given me a little smoother surface because it seals your wood. So whatever you paint or do on it will go on better. But for sake of time, I'm just going to paint this one. It's okay if some of it gets on my hem because I am going to do some things to the background too. So I am going to do these edges. And like I said, you don't have to be too neat because, well, first of all, our paper's white, but I'll be doing a little bit of something to that background so it's not so bold. I like to kind of mute out whatever I'm doing. So whether it's a napkin or this hem or whatever, I like to kind of make it muted. So I'll be painting on there too. Hopefully you can see I'm just kind of coming in here and painting that part white. So some of it is going to get on the hem, and that's totally fine. Now I'm going to take a little sponge, dip it in my water, and just kind of run it through that, what I just did, to kind of smooth it out a little. So it's not just a stripe down each side. It kind of blends it out a little. Okay. Okay, let's do our outside frame too. Oh, somebody said glass and resin. Thank you. Sherry, is that you? I'm not good at memorizing numbers, and it doesn't have a name, so I don't know, but thank you, thank you. Glass and resin it is. On the other one that I have sitting here kind of waiting for me to finish it, I'll do the texture paste on that and just upload it as a little video. Aren't these frames pretty? I can picture these. I mean, obviously this one reminded me of a arch of a church, but I could see these, you know, like in a, well, anywhere. But I was thinking, like, even if you had a daughter or granddaughter, I just think the shape and the way they have the double wood is so pretty. So you could do that pink and do something that they're into in there. And just kind of coming up on the sides with that white paint. I know I stick my fingers in it. That's okay. We'll do a second coat for sure. Now, while that is drying, well, let me do it just a little better right here. That just has to dry, and then we'll put another coat. While that is drying, I am going to mess up my background, just kind of mute it. Oh, hi, Inga. Okay, thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Inga. You're a lifesaver. So I'm going to mess up this background a little bit, and I think I'm going to do a little bit of brown gray. So when I say that, I mean take my brown and then mix a tiny bit, got my finger all in that. Take a little bit of black and white to make a gray, because I don't really want solid brown. I don't really want gray. I want somewhere in the middle. I know. I just have something in my head that I want to try to get if I can. So let's just take what white we have here. We've got some brown. I'm going to take a little black. So see how it's grayish, but it's also got some brown in it. This is just my little vision, so you don't have to use the colors I'm using. You can do yours any way you want. And I know that on this little card, it might be a little hard for y'all to tell. Just move it over to a whiter spot and you can tell. So it's, see how it's just somewhere in between. It's like a smoky color. So that's what I want. And now I'm going to kind of wash it out a little. So I'm going to take that paintbrush and get a lot of water on it. I probably will even put this in a cup. so that I can be freer with it and not have to be careful. So let's just take a little of that water, tap it into the cup. So you see a few drops are getting in there. Just right out of my paint cup. And I'm going to grab this on my brush, mix it with that water. Can tell I need more water. I want a wash of this color. And we're just going to add a little of it. I'm not going to cover it or anything. So I'm going to start with a little, and I'm going to use a fluffy brush. Let's grab one of these. Sorry for my arm reaching across. Oh, thank you, Inga. I love that you can keep me informed. I'm so glad you guys are here. Happy Monday. Wish I could talk with you. And I'm just gonna kind of feather on some of this color to kind of mute the background a little bit. And this is working perfect. Gives it a little aged feeling. There's lots of ways you can do this. You can use ink, or you can tea dye your paper before you even put it down. But like I said, there's lots of ways, so it doesn't have to be any particular way. If you want to do it your way, or don't do it at all. But see, I'm just bringing it up on the edges. And let's take a look and see if that might be about the right color. I think it is. I wet my brush and I'm kind of removing a little bit of it. I may add it back, but I'm going to kind of take some off and see what I think. I actually really like how it's getting on the edges. I'm going to put some on the edges and see what we think. I know Inga will tell me. It's awesome having a back door entrance, right, where y'all can just text me and say, here's what they think. Or okay, I like it. So it's really, just look at this part right now. It's really muted, but kind of that, you know, can y'all see? Kind of a stained look. I actually really like that on the edges. I'm going to do it. We are going to put some gold on too. So we can always, that's the thing with paint, you guys, you can't ruin it. You can always go back over with white if you decide to. But I put some on my brush and then tapped it off on the side, and then kind of tapped it on my paper towel because I don't want too much. But I actually kind of like that for the inner part. It's a very, you know, I always say this, very forgiving, because you know, if you don't like it, just change it. It's just paint. And that looks good to me. I hope y'all like it. Now, I am going to, let's be sure and get that little hair off. Oh. You know, these brush hairs are coming out. I like that. Okay, now let's do a little more white on our outer wood, but I might do this with that as well. We're going to see. Oh, I just had a thought. I think gold will go really well with what we're doing. Let's do gold. I think I'm gonna. I did pull it for that reason. Oh wow, I don't know. Let me do white, and then I'll make my final decision, because now I'm not sure. There's too many choices, you guys. So if you were watching with me when I did the glass art, was that Friday? I've lost track of days, but this one, I have reduced the video down to really quick, like it's maybe at the most 30 minutes. This was about 2 hours to do from start to finish, but I got it down to about 30 minutes, so I'll be uploading that this week. If you want to see that and you don't have 2 hours, because who does, you know, to sit and watch. Now, some people do, but you know, most people aren't going to watch a 2-hour tutorial. But I did cut out all the chit chat and got right to the basics, and I fast forward past some things, you know, I'll just put it on speed to go super fast so you don't have to sit and watch me doing the same repetitive thing. And got that down because that's one I think is worth doing. It really turned out cute. Also, while I've got this white out, I can go back and add some white anywhere we think it needs it. So I'm still not sure if I want the gold or not. We're gonna see. Silver metallic, I've got that too, and that would be pretty. Yes, it would. I've told y'all that what I typically do is something that I can use for my house if it doesn't sell. Oh, ye of little faith, right? But I always think, well, if it doesn't sell, that would be really pretty to go with what we have. I kind of like adding some white, just, you know, kind of streaking it in so it's not solid or anything. Okay, now y'all have me thinking silverish or the gold. So let me show you. Let me grab, oh, I did pull that too. There's the white pearl, but I didn't grab my silver. Let's see. I've got two. I've got lots of choices, friends. It would probably be this one. Oh, now you have me thinking. Let me show you what I'm doing for the white pearl. So what I've got planned for that is, I probably need more white up here. Let me do that real quick. So we're going to take this sponge that I was using and get some white on it, and we're going to put more white where we need it. So oh wow, this could be pretty too just without the glass. Kind of having your painted cross. But here's glass. Let's take a look at this. Aw, I know. Where is he? Inga, I've got to give you his number so you can text him and be like, where are you? Here, I think I can text him. Maybe. His phone's probably dead. We'll see. Okay. So see how putting the white behind that just helps it to show up a little? But it's going to show up on when you're hanging it on the wall. It's going to be really pretty. But what I was picturing is having a hill with this white pearl color painted. We don't have to, but yeah, I'm doing it. I got to finish my little vision that's in my head. That'll help us to decide if we want silver, which would be really pretty. This mercury glass has like silver and gold, you know what I'm saying? It's just really, I don't know, I love mercury glass. So my little sketch that I drew, one says gold. Yeah, y'all vote silver or gold, or both. We can use both. There's nothing wrong with using both. Just like jewelry, we mix it. So this will be a little, you know, thicker down here so that I can put my white pearl on top. We're just going to make a little hill. And then put that white pearl on top of this. Okay, let me dry that so we can add our white pearl. Make the white pearl bigger. Make the white pearl bigger? Well, I haven't used white pearl yet, but do you mean this or do you mean under the mercury glass? Oh, I really like this frame. I really like it just how it is. It's not how I pictured it. I pictured putting like gold streaks, but I really actually kind of like it like this. Okay. Now that I'm looking at it, Inga, I think I know what you're talking about. I think I figured out, because I think that would be prettier to have it maybe a little larger, but you tell me if I'm reading you right. Okay, I'm going to take this white pearl. If I can open it. I was gonna use it out of the lid, but I'll just put some on my palette here. The white pearl, I know it won't show up on here as pretty as it is. Let me shut this window a little. I think it's that hour that it's starting to shine. Down. Is that better? Oh, I'm glad you are. Thank you. Okay, so this white pearl is so pretty. It literally is just what it says. So, you know, white with enough pearlescent in it that it looks a little off-white. It's just so pretty. So let's do a layer of this. I like how you can still see the hem back here beneath this. Oh, I think we're going to have to brush it on the, I'm going to try. I'm just going to kind of lightly brush it so that it just has this little shimmer. Carrie knows that I love my white pearl. I used to say, you know, what's the finishing touch? White pearl. Okay, let's see if y'all can see that. Oh, Marcia, I can see your comment on my phone. I just can't see them on my laptop or anything. See, I see a spot right there. That needs a little more. Oh, thanks, Carrie. Yes, I love it. Look at, can you see the edges? See when I tilt it a little? Look at it compared to these. It just adds a lot. Marcia says, secret sauce. Thanks. We're getting this together, you guys. Y'all are awesome. Maybe white pearl under the glass. Yes. Yes, yes. All the things. I wasn't even sure if I did the cross the right size, but it turned out pretty perfect. I'm adding a little more white. So easy to do, you guys. But I think this, I always say, you know, anything like this is very meaningful. You can leave it up year round. It's a super sweet gift for anybody. Well, probably any believer. I don't think, maybe not everybody, but you know, most people would probably like to have that. And I almost think I'm adding white pearl to the outside too. Let's try. We can always take it off, but why would we, I guess? You know, it's so pretty. I'm just kind of blindly brushing it on because I have to tilt it to see it. Can't really see until I tilt. Well, I really like that white pearl, you guys. Hope you do too. That's so pretty. Okay, let me add a little white pearl over the white. I don't know that this will show through, but we'll try. If it does, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. I'm putting it on thicker, so maybe it will. Now let's dry this, and we'll do some glass and resin. What do we think about some gold? You guys let me know, or silver. We talked about silver too, or both. I gotta remember not to hold that too close. Let's take a look now. Oh gosh, that scared me. Did y'all hear that? I don't know what that was, but it sounded like right out my window. Thought I'd been shot. I'm just kidding. That was just really loud. Okay, let's see. I think I'm going to do the edges with something. And I'm going to be honest, even this would be really pretty. It's like a dark silver called zinc. I think that would be really pretty too. Let's vote. You guys vote. I don't think light silver will show up enough, but vote between these three, and I'm just going to do the edges, right around the edges. And while y'all are letting me know, those who are live, you can just say what you think. I'm going to try getting on as one of you, like not logged in, and see if it'll let me chat in the comments that way. Oh, it does. How funny. Oh, yay, I can see y'all now. The white pearl makes it pop. It does. Yes, you guys can always order online. Hi, Debbie, or Deb in Ruskin. Silver. What color is on the glass? This is mercury glass, so it's like gold and silver. You know, it's I don't know how to explain it, but you know what mercury glass looks like. It's just kind of gold, silver. It's Deb watching Deb. Oh, good. I hope they have them. Brenda says gold edges. It's like we want a prize. I'm the one winning the prize. Light silver, gold, top silver. So y'all are liking the top silver or the gold, it sounds like. Oh, it's so hard. It's so hard. I'm going to do the light silver. We're going to try it and see what we think. Because like I said, we can always paint over it, right? So I usually use a finger. I'm going to use my little sponge since I do have it. Oh, that's so funny, Deb. I'll tell you the truth. I have not felt good. I've had a really bad issue with my back. And I just hadn't, I think this is a second live. I haven't really had my full self together. You know what I mean? Like, I have not had my jewelry. I don't even have my turquoise ring, which is kind of, my turquoise ring is like my wedding ring. I have to always have that on. And I don't have on either today. My fingers have been swelling and just had some issues. So we're just going to put kind of messy on these edges with this and go around and take a look. If we don't like it, I can fix it. But, you know, I put it on and kind of smudge it. So it's very imperfect. It actually looks pretty good. What do y'all think? Let me hold this up. Oh, I know. It really does. What are y'all thinking? Can you even see it? It's very subtle, except for where I put it on thicker. You want to see? No, it's hard to see. It is hard to see. It's not when you're here on it. Right there you can really see, but not so much, you know, it's very light. We could add a little gold with it and see what we think. Yeah, I've been suffering a little bit, but try to not say much because, you know, it just is what it is. And so many have so many bigger issues, so let's just try, you guys. We're gonna try. This is what I was picturing in my head, having the gold, so maybe it's meant to be. I'm gonna try to just put it without covering all of our silver. And maybe those will complement each other pretty. Hope y'all can see. Don't worry, I'll take this off if we don't like it. I feel some people are freaking out, like, oh my gosh, she's going in. Oh, see, this is what I pictured, having just kind of some streaks. So I'm gonna dry brush. This is just a really dry sponge at this point, hardly anything on it. But you can kind of smear what is on there. Ooh, that was a lot. Okay, what do we think? You're liking it? You love it? Inga says. Oh, thank you, Rebecca. Appreciate that so much. Okay, I like it too. Thank you, Joan. All right, ladies. Now, I think I want something right here, but I think I want this to be a little more careful. So I'm thinking, let's get a clean one with just the gold maybe. see what we can do. Did Ron ever pop on? I know I hear him cooking, so he probably didn't. But I did text. He's stressed out. We have our cars in the shop, and you guys know we share a car, so it's not fun right now. I am using kind of a finger just to kind of go right around that edge. This is starting to remind me of my bedroom in the 70s. Do y'all remember the white furniture that had like, it just looked just like this. It was like white with some gold, very French provincial. Do y'all know what I'm talking about? Loved that furniture. It was so cute. You remember it, Trisha? Okay, I'm going to come back in and add a little white pearl. Might need a little, yeah, probably need a little white too. So I'm just taking some white and a little white pearl and just kind of scaling that back a little where I got quite a bit. I think we did good, ladies. I think the combo is good. Y'all? Having silver and gold. Oh, I think it's really pretty. Okay, I think that's really all we need to do besides do some resin, and I'm going to put some crushed glass down at the bottom. So are y'all here for it? Thought this was going to be really fast, and it would be, except for I'm really taking time to get all my choices perfect. Oh, did she? Sears. Ooh, Kelvy with pink. Now, I did not know there was a pink one. I was never told about that. I just got the white and gold, which I loved, but if I had known there was pink, I would have definitely wanted that. Okay, I've made such a mess. I'm loving this though, but I have pulled this, I think it's called champagne, this glass. It's going to be really pretty with this. So let's do our resin. Now, I don't think we're going to need a lot of resin either. Let me think about this. Do I even need? I guess I'll do more than I probably am going to use, because I always will resin something real quick. If we have any kind of emergency, I've got my little mini fire extinguisher ready to go. I'm just kidding. I'm going to be real careful. Okay, always wear your gloves with resin. And I use art resin for anybody watching that doesn't know me or that comes in on the replay. And I think I'm going to do 2 ounces, although that is probably going to be way too much for this. It really is going to be too much because it will probably come up over. Here's what's probably going to happen. It'll come up over this tiny lip, because this little lip is about maybe 1/8 of an inch or less, might be 1/16. So if it does, then I'll just end up probably doing resin all over this whole frame, but we're gonna see what we can do. We're gonna see. I need it to hold down all the glass that I put on. So anyway, art resin is 1-to-1 ratio. So if I use 1 ounce of hardener, I'm going to use 1 ounce of resin. And if you will always try to be as exact as you can, that's why I put the little black line on there so that it helps me see the line, because you know sometimes it's hard to see well. But if you'll be exact, you'll have a better cure. Don't ever eyeball it. It does need to be 50-50. So I'm put the lid on this and I'm going to set it far away from me so that if something happens and I have to set that down and they were both sitting here and I came back, I wouldn't know which one I just poured. So if you always get in the habit of doing that every time, then you won't have an incident like what I've had in the past. Because that did happen to me, and I went ahead and did my project thinking I knew which one I had poured. And the next day I came to check it and it was just a soupy mess and was not going to work. We're going to set a timer. And we're going to stir this for 3 solid minutes. Hope I got that to 3. And stir slow and easy. We're not trying to win any race here. We're just slow and easy. I'm going to read your comments while I'm doing this. Oh, totally dazzled in the middle would be really pretty. I never decorate my crosses. I know I'm probably the only one, and I don't mind telling y'all why, but just remember this is just my personal thing. Is the cross was a means of torturing Jesus. And you know, if you've ever seen that movie, I can't remember the name, but you know what I'm talking about. You know, it was so horrific, and not just seeing the movie, but you know, it made it really extra real to visually see. But like, I don't want to like make it pretty, because it was a horrible, torturous device that he did willingly to take our sins, you know, put them on him instead of us. And so I don't know, for me, I just can't do it, because I feel like it's just making something really pretty out of something that was awful, which, you know, there's just as many people who feel the opposite, and rightly so, because I see that side as well. Like, oh, well, he did make something beautiful. He did. But just for me, that's just my little thing, that I just try not to ever like decorate it or make it, you know, like, I've seen some beautiful ones kind of out of flowers or having flowers all over it. And I've probably done that in the past maybe, but I don't know. That's just me, like I said. But yes, you could absolutely do that and would be beautiful, you know, just like the flowers are. So it's just kind of a little, I guess, hang up that I have personally. I don't mind when other people do, and I will be the first to say that is gorgeous. So, you have a cold front. It's not cold today, but it has been. It's been really cold, which I think has partially been what has made my back so bad, is the cold front and the rain. But yeah. Oh, I hate that buzzer every time. So we've got it nice and clear. We do have lots of bubbles, but we're going to pop those with our butane torch there, a little mini torch. And I'm just going an extra maybe 15 seconds because I'm not sure I had that on 3 minutes. So cool sweatshirts and jeans. It's so funny how it goes back and forth. And okay, let me move this. All right, friends, so here's what I'm going to do. Just take those off for a second. I like to be sure that my surface is clean with no little glass particles or anything or hairs. So I'm taking a clean dry brush and just giving it the once over. I know somebody's probably hollering for me to sign it, but I'm not going to sign this on the front. I'll sign it on the back because it is so pretty right now. I don't want to have a big black DB right there. So let's see. Oh, I bet that's gorgeous. See, I don't have a problem with it, except for personally, just when I go to do it, I almost feel like it's just, I don't know. I just prefer not to, I guess. Okay. So I've poured about maybe 1 ounce or a little more, and I'm going to spread this out. Art resin is self-leveling, so you still need to do your part. You know, you don't want to just pour it in the middle and hope for the best. I still bring it to all of the sides, but it will continue to level, so it's got to be placed on a level surface. And if you're new to resin, this would be a great surface or substrate for you to use because it's got the edges, so it's not like it's going to run over the edges, right? Unless you used a whole lot. But this would be great for newbies. I turn it so I can see better, so the light will hit it where I can see. Okay. I'll give it the once over with my little butane torch. And I put it between the lowest flame and the middle. You know, I don't want a high flame. I put it, you know, middle to lower, and then put it on the on position and about 6 inches back or so, and pop all the bubbles. And now you just dump your glass. Just put your glass how you want it. And this is that champagne color that I love for stuff like this. I'm just going to drop that down here. I might even pull some clear. I hadn't thought about using clear, but clear would be pretty to use too. Now let me know, because y'all have such a good bird's eye view, if we should do the whole hill, this whole little hill with this glass, or just kind of the bottom. Now that I'm doing it, I'm thinking it could be really pretty to have the whole thing. And do we want it up the sides? I'll sprinkle it up the sides and y'all can let me know what you think. Just kind of keeping it right on the side might be pretty. Whole hill. Hi Celeste, I don't think I saw you. I'm sure there's several of y'all I haven't seen because I just look over every second or every now and then. My computer's sitting on my other desk, so I have to stretch to see it. And I'm preferring to use these little small pieces. You know, when you get glass, like this glass right here came from Amazon or Michael's, I'm not even sure. I think Michael's. You know, you get what they give you. So some pieces are chunkier, and I'm saving those for a different project. I think the small pieces are the best for this. Kind of a dainty little project that I don't want a lot. What are y'all thinking of it being spread around the perimeter? Do you like that or no? I need to take it off if not. if you're in the VIP group, which I know a lot of y'all that are watching right now are, be sure and sign up if you want to swap ATCs. I need to get that list out, but this gives you an extra chance to sign up if you haven't. Okay, let's see what y'all are saying. You like it spread? And Brenda said the whole perimeter. I'm going to grab some clear. I kind of think clear could be pretty too, or maybe a mix. Let's see what we think. Let me hold this up. Okay. Hi, Beth. How are you tonight? So good to see you. I hope you and Randy are doing good. You like the clear? Let me know. It's a hard decision. Hard decision for me. Should I sprinkle some regular throughout? Y'all let me know. I can't decide. I'm very indecisive on this. Let me grab my little... This little piece of glass has something on it, so I want to get that out. Clear on the hill, perfect touch, good, okay. And then let's kind of be sure these are even. I can definitely see how some Totally Dazzled would be really pretty, but I'm leaving mine plain. And so what you'll do is put this on a level surface and check on it. Put it on a level surface and then what I call babysit it. So about every 15 minutes for the first, at least for the first 30 minutes, and sometimes just depending on what it is. This should not shift much. These little pieces right here are the only thing that will kind of, you know, move around on you. And you just take something, a toothpick or what, like something I've got, and just put them back where they go. And after it starts curing, which about 30 minutes, it'll start getting harder. Then you can, you know, you don't have to check it. And so I leave it on a level surface for about 12 hours. And in the morning, after 12 hours, I will, you know, I can take it out and photograph it or whatever, but then put it back and let it continue to cure for 72 total hours. So after 72 hours, it's as cured as it'll ever get. And you don't have to, you know, you can ship it or something after that point. Now I'm going to take the rest of my resin and just see how much we need. I'm going to drizzle it over what I just put down. As long as resin is touching everything, it's not going anywhere. miss? Looks like the tool at the dentist. It does. Hey, that would be that's an actual great, you know, if you have, or, you know, if you're looking for a pokey tool, that would be good. You know, they sell those on Amazon. I'm sure you can get a cheap dental tool kit. That's funny. Oh man. Y'all ever had them do that and then like hit a nerve? Oh. Okay, so the more I'm playing with it, I'm kind of liking having the glass piled up. So I am adding more, but you add as much or as little as you choose. Do y'all see anything you think it needs? And then I'm going to take and drizzle it over my hurricane or my mercury glass. Let's do a little more on here since I added more. Oh, I think that looks good. Let's see. Thank you, Inga. Y'all see the whole thing now? Thank you, Celeste. And then that's it. So we'll put this on my level surface. I use the desk next to me here. And then I cover it with a plastic tub upside down so that it doesn't get any little dust particles in it or any puppy hair, things like that. And like I said, in the morning I can photograph it and things, but then I'll just put it back on the shelf and let it continue to cure for 72 total hours. And then that's it. It really is easy. Y'all saw, I do talk a lot and we kind of play around asking you guys, what do you think? And yeah, so it takes longer, but for you, if you just sit down and do it, this is not a hard or complicated time consuming project. It really can go pretty quick. Thank you guys. Yeah, that really, I love the frame. I love how we painted it. So thank y'all for your input. All right, friends, I appreciate you guys being here very much. I hope you have a great evening. VIPs, I will see y'all tomorrow at 2 Central. I hope y'all can make it. And thanks again for being here. See you guys later. Bye-bye.